Final speaker, Mr. Vivek Kumar. I'll just do a very brief introduction. He's the director of the NTUC membership department, but that's not all he is. Okay, Mr. Vivek Kumar has been director of NTUC membership department since November 2010. His team plays a key role in recruiting, retaining, and building relationships with over 780,000 three-generation NTUC members. But on top of that, he's also a board member of the MDA, okay, Media Development Authority of Singapore. He's also the chairman of the Global Chief Marketing Officers Council in Asia Pacific. Okay, and he wants to talk to us about PMEs and freelancers. Please put your hands together for Mr. Vivek Kumar.
I know I'm the last speaker and I'm between you and the lovely networking that's going to happen later. So I've decided to do away with the PowerPoint slides. I'm just going to share with you a couple of stories. The first story is how did we get so involved or so excited about the freelancer professional space? After all, aren't the unions supposed to just represent the employees? And if you're a freelance professionals, then there is no employer-employee relationship. A couple of years ago, one of very senior people, strategist from a global company, came to enlighten us on the future workforce trends. Very important for us to know, we are the union, no? Must know. So when she came to present to us, she showed to us why it is that the freelance professional group is growing in size globally. In the US, it could be accounting as much as 15 to 20% now. And as she finished the presentation, it was very enlightening. Then she revealed that I myself am a freelance professional. I am not a full-time employee of this company. The company asked me to come lead a specific part of the role. That's what I do, and I deliver on it. And as we started trying to learn more about it, we realized that Singapore is already number 7 on the Elance outsourcing. Some of you, I'm sure, will be aware of it. Website, you know. So obviously, within Singapore, the number is growing. Out of the 67,000 people who are employed in the media sector today, by an estimate, about 30,000 are freelancers. And that's when we came across amazing people like Jasmine from, who is trying to set up the FDVG, and Patrick Tay, who is my colleague from the labor movement. We started to work very closely together. Now, what we have done so far is really to try and understand what are the concerns that you have and what are the areas where we can add value. We have done the leaflet, the booklet that you will have in your bags, which tells you about your rights, your legal rights as a freelance professional. As we started talking to some of the smaller group of friends who are freelance media professionals themselves, we realized 3 things came out very strongly. Number 1 was, how about my payments? I've done this job 3 months ago, 6 months ago, I have not yet been paid. What about that? Second thing that came up is, I presented to my client a very interesting idea. I worked for 1 week, nights, 24 hours. The client said, no, not very good, don't like it. And after 3 months, suddenly I see it in the newspaper. My God, and developed by someone else. I don't get any penny for that. So intellectual property, what can I do about it? And of course, the third is training and development. Because a freelance professional is not hired by a company. There is not someone who is making very conscious effort in investing in your skills and talent. But for you, that is the bread and butter, right? If we don't keep upgrading ourselves, the rate at which technology is changing is mind-boggling, no? Yesterday, we had an interesting session, a future leaders mentorship session. So we had the chief marketing officer of LinkedIn coming to talk to just about 15 union members in a mentorship session. So one of the attendees asked him the question, so you are LinkedIn, who is your competitor? Is Facebook your competitor? And this gentleman thought about it a minute and said, Facebook is not our competitor. Facebook is like Disneyland, no? You are in Disneyland, you are there to meet with your friends and family and have fun. And somebody comes and talks to you about that contract. Are you in a mood to talk about contract? No, right? You want to just have fun there. LinkedIn is, on the other hand, the professional side. So we asked, so if Facebook is not your competitor, who the hell is your competitor? So they said it is perhaps 1 or 2 people sitting somewhere, coming up with another crazy idea, sitting in a garage, trying to make it happen. And he gave an example which is very true. How many of you use WhatsApp? Can you raise your hands, please? My God, that's almost everybody. You know, recently that got bought by Facebook for 16 billion US dollars. And I thought, okay, if 16 billion, I don't know how much it is in any case. So whatever is the amount, to put it in context, that is larger than the valuation of the whole News Corp. That is larger than the valuation of Xerox, the company which has been around for ages. And that's bigger than the valuation of the whole Marriott hotel group, which I don't know has how many physical properties. So that is the rate at which this space is moving. And it is very critical that we as freelance professionals, that's the feedback we got, that we are able to move in there and stay true to that space. So that's the feedback we have got. And again, working with the key stakeholders like Jasmine, like 6 Degrees, the Media Development Authority, iPro, and so on, we are trying to put our heads around, so how can the labor movement be of service to you? We don't want to assume, we cannot assume that your needs are the same as the needs of the group, the 800 over 1,000 members we have been serving so far. I'm sure some of you are our members, but you might be thinking you are just fair price members. So that's what we are working on. Just to share another context with you about what can the labor movement do for its members. There is a perception that unions mean blue-collar workers, right? Or unions mean just the rank and file workers. You will be surprised. I was surprised when I looked at the data for the first time. Out of our whole base, about 1/3 are professionals, managers, or executives, PMEs. We have about 260,000 PMEs who are our members now. And that represents 1 in 5 of the total PME population in Singapore. That's the resident population in Singapore. So what we do for this group is we call it 4 Ps. I wish it was 4 Ds, but no, it's 4 Ps. So the first is protection. So if you have got a grievance at the workplace, and this is certainly for the employees, our unions can help you. If you are someone who has got either you are at a very senior level or you have got a problem that is unique, you can give us a phone call, and we have got a group of consultants sitting here who are trained and who can advise you. We have got placement services. So last year, about 65,000 people came to NTUC's Employment and Employability Institute, and we had about 60% success. We have progression, as I spoke earlier, that is very critical. So we have the Future Leaders Program, which is a 3-stage program. We have got a training grant exclusive to our members, where you can claim every year, and that supports about 600 courses, including at Singapore Media Academy and so on. So if you're interested, again, we can work together to see how we can expand that to meet your needs. And finally, there are privileges. So of course, there is fair price, there is NTUC income. If you have kids, there is NTUC First Campus and so on. What we have done so far is we have organized a series of sessions which are targeted at freelance professionals, and you can attend them almost for free, and we look forward to keep that going. We also are, as we understand better your concerns, and I've seen a couple of questions like, if you are a freelancer, who is going to pay for it, who should be paying for your insurance, for example, and we have a point of view on that. We feel that the people who are employing the freelancers should be the ones paying for it, because that makes sense. And when it comes to progression, again, we have created programs that are very specific to individual groups. So we have just rolled out the Young Engineers Leadership Program, because we realized that we have got 8,000 graduating engineers every year, Out of them, 50% find it's a better career path to join a bank or elsewhere. And then of the remaining, again, almost half of them leave. So we have created a whole program to take care of their learning needs through a whole year. So again, for the creative and media community, we are very keen to work with our stakeholders and ensure that we can create a program which can meet your needs. So today, I just wanted to share with you what has been our thought process, what has been our learning journey in trying to engage creative and media freelancers. We are working with our stakeholders, Jasmine, with MDA, with other partners, And we stand committed to serve you, and hopefully in the next couple of years, we would have built specific programs together with you so that it can be of service to you. Thank you very much.